Hey planty peeps, welcome or welcome back to Niche's Plants. My name is Kanisha, also known as Niche, and this is Niche's Plants. So today's video is on my Ikea MILSBO greenhouse cabinet, and I thought I would do a tour for you guys to let you know what I keep in there. Just to note, for my newest subscribers, welcome. It's great to have you here with the Planty Peeps family, and I just hope you'll feel included and welcomed and everybody would just say hey. Just to know, as some of you know, and for the new subscribers, I'm trying to reach 500 subscribers by the end of the year, so December. And I'm currently at 330, so thank you guys. It's amazing to think that you guys are interested in the content that I'm able to give out, to whether that's like care or rehab or unboxing or hauls or just showing you what I do in my day-to-day with my plants. Like, I appreciate your contributions, I appreciate your tips, I appreciate your thoughts. It's touching, so I just hope that I can just help and reach more people, and that's the point of this channel. And to have you as a community help me do that, it means the greatest, because your input is valuable. So today's video, I basically got a few rare plants in my collection, and to try and create the best environment for them, this is why I bought the greenhouse. Basically, the MILSBO cabinet I got in Ikea here. Now Ikea do have two other cabinets. I'll put pictures up so you can see that, and I'm going to try and pronounce these correctly, but I believe the first is the Thrajipo, I hope I said that right, and the second is the Dipolf. So I hope I said that correctly. I probably didn't, but I'm trying. And basically those are the two other cabinets that you can get. Now Ikea does have accessories with these cabinets, which I'm planning to kind of accessorize mine in the future, so I might do an update on that if people want to see that. Just to give you an outline of this video, what I will basically do is talk about how I assemble the cabinet. I'll then talk about humidity and airflow, temperature, watering, light, and then we'll get into the tour. So assembly. Basically, this cabinet you get in two boxes. One box which will have basically the glass in it, the panels, and the others that will actually have the frame of the cabinet itself. Now it does suggest that you build this cabinet with two people, and yeah, that makes it easier, but you can assemble it with one person, because that's what I did. And you'll see where the position of the cabinet is. I was able to lean pieces against the wall, build the frame or the base first, and I'll insert some pictures if I can find some. So I'll do the base. I created the base first, secured that, then I put in the side corner kind of panels that would hold the glass in place, and then I screwed and assembled it all, so I had the framework. Now this cabinet does come with 4 shelves, and what I like about these shelves is because you've got different holes and screws along the frame, you can adjust the shelves as you wish. I also weatherproof the greenhouse. Now what I did with that, I had two kind of materials that I used. The first was a draft excluder foam, which I insert here, and I put that within the inner framework of the door panel, so that basically when they close there isn't a gap between the actual frame of the cabinet and the door frame, so that is eliminated. And then I used a draft excluder, which is basically like a soft fluffy brush, so that once the doors close, as you see, the gap is eliminated. Now in sealing the greenhouse in this way, it basically prevents any air getting out, but it also prevents air getting in. So the draft excluders assist in keeping the humidity high. Generally the humidity in my cabinet, well, my middle shelf is 99%. The top shelf and the bottom shelf do differ from the middle shelf by about 3%. So this brings me nicely onto airflow, air circulation. Now I do have 2 fans in my greenhouse. I got these fans because I just wanted to get the greenhouse up and running. I do want to upgrade my fans, because ideally I'd like to get one that can be attached to the top of the shelf and pointing out in the greenhouse, and one at the bottom pointing up to kind of give that circular motion. Now in light of temperature, on average, the temperature in my greenhouse is between 22 and 24 degrees Celsius. I say Celsius because I'm in London, UK. At night, generally, from what I've seen, when it drops, it hasn't dropped any lower than 18.5 degrees Celsius. Highest has been 36 degrees Celsius. The highest, that was when we had the heat waves. Obviously, that's not a kind of average day. The average is 22 to 24 degrees. So that leads us on to watering. Now, generally, because the humidity is high, I don't have to water that often. I water, say, 7 to 10 days. And if I see new shoots coming through, then I'll keep a closer eye, because they might use the water up more frequently. But again, the humidity helps with that. Now, so in regards to light, now if we look at where my greenhouse is positioned, you'll see this is my bay window, and it's to the left of that. Now looking left to right, left is northeast, The central part, so the widest kind of surface area of the window, that's east, and then on the right that is southeast. So my greenhouse and my plants in, which is basically my bedroom, get bright indirect light throughout the whole of the day. Now there, and especially as winters now come in, substitute the amount of light they get with grow lights. Now I have two different types of grow lights. The first grow light I have, got this from Amazon, I'll put the link in the description below. It works well. Now I've realised with this light, it really does bring out the red on the back of the leaves of my verrucosum and of my El Choco Road, and even my Atipoponce/billieti. So with that, it makes the colours really prominent, and I love that. Now the second light that I got, which I recently got probably about a few months ago now, I particularly got it for my greenhouse, is the Arcadia Jungle Dawn LED light. Now this is a full spectrum light and it's got a high output. Now what I liked about this is the fact that the distance that it covers while still being as powerful is amazing, and it worked well for my anthuriums and my propagations that I've got at the top, because they then dapple the light for the anthuriums, as well as still giving them the amount of light and lumens that they need, or that's beneficial to them. So I really like this light. So in regards to the lights, I've trailed the wire to the top of the cabinet and then taken it out of the top and over the door, because at that point I hadn't drilled a hole in the greenhouse as of yet, and then I did to secure the light. So maybe at some point I might drill another hole to take the wire out, but it works for me as it is, so I haven't changed that. But so I think we can get into the actual tour now, so come with me. So this is the greenhouse, and we're going to start with the bottom shelf. Here is the bottom shelf, and we will start over here with my melanochrysum, and it's doing okay. It's not growing super fast, but those are two new leaves that grew in my care. It's doing all right. I'm hoping next spring it will do a lot better. This is the Philodendron billieti/Atipoponce. This is the leaf it came with, and it came with this leaf. I'm going to try and take it out for you guys so you can see what the new leaf looks like. That's the back of the new leaf, and that's it there. Gorgeous back. I'm growing it in spag moss, as you can see. It seems to love it because these roots keep making their way up to the top of the pot, so I need to not repot it, but just kind of position them so they make their way back down again. Back here you'll see we've got black velvet, baby black velvet, we've got polly, and then it's cleaning. Recent addition, we've got our jewel orchid, which is a cutie. El Choco Red propagation. So you'll see this is the mother here, and we've got two growth points since we made the cutting, and we've got some aerial roots there as well, which is great. So that's one of the leaves, and that's the second one that's unfurling, but it's beautiful. So this plant here is the top cutting. Now if I take it out for you, that was the original leaf, this was the second leaf, nice and velvety, and this is the newest leaf. Look at that, beautiful. And then look at the back. This is what I was saying, with this Amazon light, the red on this is just amazing. So yeah, I think I might pop that up next year, spring basically. But that's that. And then the second cutting is right here, and it's a little beauty because we've got a new leaf. Look at that, so wonderful. And again, look at the back, it's just lovely. So back here is my begonia ferox. It's doing okay. I acclimatized it for a bit, and now it seems to be settling. I expect that it's to lift a little, but we'll just keep an eye on it. It doesn't like direct sun, hence why it's in this corner. The same as this Philodendron lahanioi, and you can see we've got a new leaf coming here to be a beauty, I know it. So I'm just letting it settle there. It seems to like the moss all right, so we'll keep it like that. So next we've got this gloriosum leaf. It's not doing its best. Now if I just try and position so we can get to it, the leaf you'll see it's got a few marks on it where I believe it was burned, but it's got a new leaf coming here, which I'm very excited for. For a while I felt like it was doing nothing, and now this is pushing through, so I'm really happy about that. Also, we have right here my pride and joy, which is my Philodendron Dean McDowell. Absolutely love this plant. Like, look at it, it's just gorgeous. Now it's lovely. And then I realized we had some bugs basically attacking it, so I dealt with that with some castile soap and some hydrogen peroxide and a little bit of neem. And then this is the most recent leaf, which I love so much. Like, just if you just look at it, it's just gorgeous. So that is my bottom shelf. Just to note, there are actually some nuts in here, and I say that because, just to let you know, I bought some pingular plants. As you can see, they're catching those nuts, which is great. And we then move to my second shelf, which is basically my anthurium shelf. Now we'll start on this side. Now over here we have my anthurium ace of spades. It's a little baby one. On the right, that's the newest leaf, and it seems to be doing okay. It seems like it's positioned in here, so that's that. On the right of that, we've got this hybrid. Now this is a ace of spades. I want to say ace of spades magnificum. I'll put the name down below, and the mother plant is beautiful. I'll show you a picture. So I'm just waiting for this to come through. I think we've got a second growth point there, but excited to see how that does. And then down from that we have my beloved forgetii. I love this plant. Look at this. The shimmer is just beautiful. And this is basically the second leaf that grew in my care. This is the first leaf, and it's quite dark considering most anthuriums or forgetii aren't actually this dark, and that's what attracted me to it. But here it is. Now just to the left of that we have my anthurium crystallinum. Now this leaf is a good size. I will take it out and try and show you it fully. The only thing this plant I'm trying to work out is that when the second leaf comes, it seems to deteriorate quite a bit. Look at this. You see what I mean? So I'm thinking of readjusting my greenhouse and moving the shelf down a little bit, because I was wondering if it was getting too much light. But this one is beautiful. Now the initial leaf that I got that grew in my care, again the same thing happened. The first leaf deteriorated as the second one came through, and now basically I've just removed it because it really wasn't helping the plant much. But that's it. Love this plant so much, and I believe we've got another on the way, so I'm just waiting for that to do its thing. Anthurium regal. Now this plant is an absolute beauty. It actually moves quite a bit in comparison to my other anthuriums. Sometimes it's pointing down, sometimes it's up, but it's beautiful. My anthurium veitchii, some people say the veitchii. It's very well known for its abs. When I got it, this was one of my rehab plants. If you've not seen the video, I'll link it down below, and you can watch that. And the leaf was like this small, so it's grown quite a bit. I do love this plant. I keep it in sphagnum. It seems to be enjoying that. That's what it was in when I started to rehab it, so I've just kept it that way. And it's got another leaf over there, a small obviously leaf, but it's helping it, so it seems to be happy. Plus from that we have my anthurium ace of spades hybrid. Now we believe that this is hybridized with the crystallinum due to the red outline on the leaf, which you can probably see there. And it does shimmer now and again, you might be able to see that. The first leaf when it came out was actually quite corrugated. This is about the third, so they seem to just remain small. It'll be interesting to see if it continues that way. Behind that we have the queen. Now as you see, the leaf on the left is the original leaf, and the queen herself. You see, she's giving us all that shimmer. She's just lovely, and she actually also moves quite frequently. Like 1 minute she'll be on the left and then she's moved across to the right, And again, I've got her in my anthurium mix like I do most of my anthuriums minus the veitchi, and she seems to be doing well. This leaf I didn't actually think was going to come out this big, and it came out, it was tiny, it was literally like a tenth of the size, no lie. And now she's doing well. Behind her we have my anthurium criticoense, referred to as the dinosaur plant because of what the leaves look like. And we've got another one on the way just there, which we can have a little look at. See, it's doing its thing. And again, this is in moss. I'm not going to repot it because I got it this year. I'm just going to leave it to do its thing. But they seem to be happy. And then down from that, we've got my second anthurium ace of spades. I love this because it's so dark, and that iridescence that you see is just beautiful. Like, look at that. Oh, it's wonderful. It's so beautiful. And I also like that it's got the red veining just in the lobes there. Like, look at that shimmer. It's wonderful. So I really do love this plant. My Magnificum, which I recently got probably a couple of weeks, well no, more than a couple of weeks ago. Here it is, so beautiful. So I actually need to pop this up, which again I think I'll just put straight in my anthurium mix instead of moss, but it's lovely. Okay guys, so this is my top shelf. Now to start, we'll deal with this Florida Ghost. Basically I acquired the last few months. This leaf is a bit crazy because it had some bugs nibble on it, so I've dealt with that. But I keep it on the top shelf for the highlight because we really want those cream leaves. Like, just look at that. And I also think I'll probably propagate it next year because we're doing well with those aerial roots, and I can have two instead of one. Also in this corner, so I did a little experiment and basically tried to grow an avocado seed, which I've kind of done. As you can see, we've got roots there. So do I put it up now, or do I give it a bit more time and leave it? What do you think? Let me know if you've grown an avocado seed, how successful you were, and your steps, because any advice is appreciated. Now just in front of that, I've got my propagation box, and I've got a Philodendron Florida White, which I chopped up because my plant was deteriorating. And you can see, so we've got this section here is doing rather well. We've got that leaf coming through. This one has really started to activate because this leaf was kind of like here before, so it's growing really well. We've got two stem cuttings, and you can see we've got a shoot there and a shoot there. They're doing really well. And we've got another here, as you can see, that one's doing really well. And this leaf is basically connected to plant down here. Now I can't move it much, so I believe, yeah, it's rooting, but you can see we've got growth, so that is really exciting. Now at the back, basically I've got cuttings of my varicosum. I cut it because when we had that heat wave, it basically didn't do well for the plant, and I was away and didn't have as much water as it needed. So we've got stem cuttings here. This is number 1, and you can see that we've got a new leaf and another shoot coming, and all of them are in pure sphagnum moss, so that's done well, and I can expect another leaf there. Then we've also got this one. Now surprisingly, this one, even though they're the same plant or off the same stem, it's a lot lighter than the other, but hey, such is life. So we've got this one here, is beautiful. Look at the red back, and you might be able to see we've got some aerial roots in there. Can you see that? Maybe there you go, you might be able to see that one a little bit. But yeah, it's doing well. And this last one hasn't done anything for me yet, but I checked it about a week ago and it's working on its roots, so just give it the time to do that. This is my Hoya pollinera, also known as the fishtail Hoya. I decided to propagate it and just give it a go, and we've got new leaves there. Also we have my rehab plant, which is my Philodendron pastazanum. Now if you've not seen my rehab video, I'll link that down in the description below. This plant got damaged on shipping and it's come back really well, and I'm just so happy. Look at those aerial roots. So I do need to repot this at some point. I think I might just leave it until spring next year. it's doing all right, and I'll probably move it down to the bottom shelf so it's with the rest of the crawlers. And then over here we've got some propagations in this container. See if I can get this open for you guys. Is basically bulbs from my allocation Mitchelliciana or Tridec, and you'll see we've got that one's growing now. Obviously it's bending with the container, so I need to give it a new container so it can grow straight. And you'll see we've got that one there. There it is again, and we've also got this one is starting to do something, but we'll give it a bit of time. Next to that I have my Aglaemina pictum tricolour seeds. Now I've got 4 seeds, of which 3 are doing well. As you can see, again, I think I'll pop these up into their own so they've got a lot more height. Seed hasn't done anything yet, but hey, we'll leave it where it is. But I'm happy with those. Now, last but not least, I have my Philodendron Florida Beauty. Look at it, absolutely gorgeous. I've been looking for this for over a year and couldn't believe I found one with such variegation, and I'm just so happy. It came to me in perlite and sphagnum, which I've just basically kept it in, and wrapped the top, as I have the others, with king film to keep high humidity, or keep constant high humidity. We've got a growth point in there. It's not doing loads at the moment, but that's absolutely fine because it's autumn and we're coming to winter, so I expect that they would slow down. I think probably next year I will put it in straight spag moss, and hopefully then, like the others, it will just start growing ferociously and give me a new leaf. But that is my top shelf of my greenhouse. Hi guys, so that is my Ikea MILSBO greenhouse cabinet tour. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do like, subscribe, share with people who you think could be interested, and let me know whether you think I should rearrange the greenhouse, buy some accessories, jazz it up a bit, change things. And if you'd like to see that video, I can then bring you along with me, but let me know in the comments below. I'll also leave descriptions of things that I've mentioned that I think might be of use to you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.